Nope, just can't get it all.
Do you want me? Are you ready for me?
Not yet, you're next.
Not
It's
yet.
him and then you.
Okay. Okay.
But then I do want you.
I know.
Yeah, there's
How about-
a few cars. I have a website on that.
Okay.
Some of the drinks that I gave you, but it's still.
So far we're stable?
And if you wanna show me pictures of it.
Well, we would show it to the, I snagged pictures off of the thing,
Oh.
so we have some pictures.
Okay,
Because I can only really show it with the
Yeah,
JPEG.
yeah, I have a ton of stuff that you don't.
Ready?
I pulled a few.
Show a few.
Yeah.
Everybody ready? Right, stable connection. We're broadcasting. We're recording. We're writing. We'll do one picture. Picture number 2. Picture number 3. Number 4.
That's good.
And we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, we are here.
There we are.
With Jeff Smith, photographer, videographer, local commentator, basically. And where are you from? Because you have some hell of an accent. Where are you from?
Southern accent.
You mean you don't think I'm from New York?
Wait a minute, I can't even.
I'm guessing.
If you were from New York, I'd be able to hear you.
I'm gonna guess Tennessee.
Should I tell? No. Stay on the East Coast, go down a couple of states. I'll
South Carolina.
It's close, North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina.
Wow, like what part? Did you ever hear of Union Grove, North Carolina?
Somewhat. I'm from Burlington, which is a small town in between Greensboro and the Chapel Hill, Raleigh-Durham.
Right.
You would
Oh, okay. Winston-Salem is maybe where
you
you.
would recognize the Chapel Hill area from.
Yeah, I played there.
Yeah, so have I.
Yeah, UNC, NC State is in Raleigh, and then Durham is Duke University.
Yeah.
Right.
Durham, okay, so.
That's cool. Yeah, it's a college state in those areas. Right?
Yeah, and I didn't go to any of them.
Me either. Neither did you, right?
No.
So what brought you to New York? Photography?
Actually, it was mostly just, I usually don't get too deep in it, but it was basically through a series of visits that I made here for personal reasons. And basically, the second visit that I had here, I decided to spend an entire week here to do nothing but enjoy New York City. But the difference between that trip and the first one, which is like a long weekend trip, was I had stayed in a hotel. But this trip I went, no. I want to know what it's like.
So what, you sleep on the street?
Just to live here, even for a week. So I rented a guest room from a local, and
From a local?
Yeah.
Like what, a local what?
someone that lives here.
Like where?
You say local when you meet someone that.
Yeah, it's like, but it's like so
Yeah,
funny,
city,
like where? Like where?
Oh, upper west side.
Okay,
Oh,
that's very civilized.
Around 104th Street.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the lady that I stayed with is still a good friend of mine to this day.
Isn't that nice? And not
Oh,
only on Facebook.
There's a lot, yeah, there's a lot of things.
People are friendly in New York. You know.
Yeah, that's, you know that's true.
Basically, what happened was that during that trip, New York City, between the culture, the diversity of the people here and all that, and of course the richness of the economic, all that, hooked me so hard that I heard a little voice inside saying, "You'll be back." I'm like,
Nice, I like that.
But where this really come to realization is
So New York accepted you with open arms.
my trip, my flight back that Sunday, I did not want to get on the plane to go back home.
It has that
When on the
charm.
plane I'm going, and I said, what's going on? I said, what's happening here?
When was this?
This was in about 5 years ago.
Okay.
I moved here in April of 2007, and this started around 2005. And basically once I even had people, what was so ironic about it was that when I got home, and went back to work, all the people that knew I was there, they were looking, asking for pictures and this and that, telling me about the trip, and through all the stories that I went through to explain that, 9 out of 10 of them said, "Sound like you really enjoyed that. Maybe you should move up there." I didn't say one word because I was already thinking that I basically kept my mouth shut, and through a series of events, I decided to make the to make the decision to move up here. And when I did, I called a lady that I stayed with. And I said, Nancy, I said, I have a question. And I went to that, and I said, what do you think of that? She said, it's a great idea. She said, you'll be great up there. And before I could even open my mouth and ask, she was already providing assistance as far as I'll help you find a place to live on the real estate agents. And my mouth just dropped up. And
It's true.
all the factors that are involved that could have been a potential problem for me moving up here were all wiped out of the way. So it was, basically the door was open.
New York welcomes everybody. That's what Michelle and my experience was. The same thing. Everybody says, great, you're coming up. Excellent.
With the exception of a few things, which is you can expect with any long distance trip like that, and you're moving from the south to New York City,
Right.
which is a big, huge change. Because I had never been in a big city when I visited here.
Right.
So yeah, it was.
You sound a bit countrified. Yeah. What did your mother used to make for breakfast when you were a kid?
Eggs, but most time when I got old enough, she wasn't making them, I was.
Oh, really? So
Oh.
what did you make for breakfast down there?
Eggs, now there is a.
You gotta have a southern specialty.
I'll get ready to tell you, there is a, which I'm getting ready to make some this week at home. There's a southern, it's not a delicacy, I don't know what you call it, but it's called milk gravy.
Okay.
Oh,
You
okay.
take, and we do it very quickly, so very easy recipe, even a guy can do it. You start off
A
with.
lot of guys are chefs, you know.
You start off with like a grease, or like maybe the grease have to keep bacon or hamburger or something.
right.
like that.
Oh, boy.
You take that grease, you have it in a saucepan, then you add a little bit of flour to it, then you pour in some milk, and you're already warming this up. And what happens is.
This is great for the heart.
Yes, and all this eventually congeals. You mix it all up, and you keep adding flour and
Butter.
milk, and then over time, I've never added butter. That's what I might try that.
What kind of baking grease?
So you keep adding to that until you get how much you want to it, and now you can also add ground hamburger to this, which makes it really hearty.
Good for the vegans.
Yeah, it's kind of
That's the gravy.
it's
and
like
then
a
you take-
chicken steak.
Then you take your biscuits, open them up, and you pour the gravy on top of it.
Ah.
All right.
And that's what he's saying, like, so good to, wait, so good I could die. Right? Is that where that
I'm
saying
dying,
comes
yeah.
from? Like, wait, what's that saying? I'm so good. Wait, I can't even remember. Like,
That's not that's not what Sal's saying.
that is a saying, though, isn't it? How does it go? Like, I could die from that. It's so great. I don't know.
Oh.
Something like that, right?
Something
Nobody
like
knows
that.
that saying? Oh, well, it does exist. I did not make it up, and I'm even misquoting it. But that sounds pretty amazing. You don't look like you eat too many of them, though.
I've always stayed pretty healthy.
Do you run?
No. Well, I walk enough.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's right. In the city, you walk.
Here. I
Yeah,
walk enough.
we all do as New
You know,
Yorkers.
I've never been a runner.
Do you
except-
work out?
No.
So you're just naturally,
I just eat reasonably healthy, even for a single guy.
except not when you're eating that.
And,
Or is that considered reasonably healthy?
it's like anything, so to speak.
Moderation.
Exactly.
Right.
If you eat too much of it that you shouldn't have, guess what? Even, I don't care what gender you are, guess what? You're gonna assume you could get fat.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Too much of anything.
Do you have siblings?
One half sister back in North Carolina.
Yeah?
I thought she was we have some different fathers, but I call her my sister.
Yeah, so does she visit you up here?
No.
Does she like your gravy?
I don't even know if she would ever eat it or not.
Really? Oh, you
I
better make her
don't remember that
some.
far back.
Wow, so all right, let's talk about the photography now. What triggered you into that?
That was about a probably good 18-month process, maybe a little shorter than that. but
18 what?
18 months.
That's it?
Yeah,
So you're
well,
a toddler in photography?
I've always been kind of a photography fan of it, you know, kind of something I had, it was a
So when you
hobby.
moved to New York, you weren't doing it?
Well, no. All this happened about a good, say, 18 months ago. Maybe shortly after I got here, I did it as a hobby, but
Right.
it got really serious for this right here. To pursue photography, it got serious about a good 18, no more than 18 months ago.
Wow.
So basically what happened is, and I'll try to keep this short, but I started going to local venues here to see bands that I would have normally heard over the radio back home.
Right.
Here, you can see some of those small venues, and you're right at the stage.
Like BB King.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have some pictures that
Yeah.
were showing of BB
Well,
King.
that was done with some, I was literally right at the stage.
You got great shots of him.
That's nothing compared to the shots I got of him. I've got well over 200 shots, and all of them are exactly the same, as far as being like, just different facial expressions and stuff.
Right.
Anyway, so I basically started doing this as a hobby, and I bought a real nice camera to do this, but it got to the point where I kept being told by lots of people that I take really good shots, but I wanted to get better quality shots. So I went from a point and shoot camera to an SLR, and to speed this up, basically over about a year, a little over a year's time, about the time that I went to see the Scorpions at Nikon Theater with the Liza Colby sound opening up, and I went, and it was supposed to be in Queensryche, which I'm a huge Queensryche fan. I said awesome double bill. They basically fell apart, so to speak, and Liza Colby, I went, who is it? Most opening bands, you go, yeah, they're so. And they blew me away.
Yeah, but the funniest thing about Liza Colby to me is she used to be on All My Children. Not the band, but the character Liza Colby. You don't have to be, I am.
So what happened basically was that I started posting. I started going to different shows and posting stuff on Facebook, and I was never really on Facebook that much. And then I started getting a lot of feedback.
Oh,
on
everybody
this.
says that.
And it got to a point where I started having people telling me that I should go professional with this, even professional photographers.
You got a good eye for it then.
I kept hearing that, but
What did you do before?
my background is mostly in warehousing work. I'm a super manager, warehouse supervisor, stuff like that. So I had like 20 plus years as a warehouse.
Like what kind of warehouse?
Well, most of it just supervisors, stuff like that.
Right.
I have worked here for a while in management, but when I got laid off about a little over a year and a half ago.
So it's right around the time you started.
Yeah, and when all this extra time that I had trying to find work, I decided, this would be this, and I was already planning on pursuing this. I just didn't have, at the time I was working a job, didn't have the time to really pursue it right. But when that happened, I went, hey, this is the prime time to.
Good for you, and it's taken off.
Well, the awareness of who I am and some of my work has really kind of started, but I'm really at the point now where I need to, and it's slowly kicking in where people are actually paying me to do some of this.
Good for you.
So that's where the card and all the stuff kicked in. Right now I'm really kind of in a big time push for trying to make a decent. I try to make a decent living off of this.
To pay your rent and buy presents for friends.
That's the first thing. Then food, that's the next.
Yeah, well, today is National Dry Martini Day, and we would love to share it with you. And would you share a skeleton from your closet with me? Yeah, take a sip first. I think it will be better. What do you think?
Of that skeleton.
Yeah.
The only what's going on I have. Don't cross the line with me, because
I could tell.
Yeah, well, I'm a patient guy. I'm a nice guy, and I have a lot of tolerance. But once depends on what you do, or how much you push me, there comes a point I'm gonna go. That's it.
What happened? What happened the last time that happened? Or the first time it happened?
Like I tell people.
When you found out.
Like I was saying.
So are you like a werewolf?
No. Do I look like one?
I don't know. It could be. I'm not going to push you.
No.
I don't think it's a full moon today.
No, I don't. It's not. No, it's really just a response where people, when something happens where I may get upset or frustrated. Are you mad? And I go, no. When I'm mad, you'll know it.
So what does that mean? Like what happened? Can you give an example of any time you were mad? You could have been a kid. You don't have to, I don't want you to incriminate yourself.
It's not violent.
Oh, good.
No, I'm not.
Verbal?
I'm not that kind of guy. It can be.
Do you throw things?
Huh?
Do you throw things?
No. You can show your class even when you're angry.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And I used to, but don't now. And I used to say some choice words that you really shouldn't be saying.
Yeah, that makes sense. Here, enjoy your martini.
Did you ever have any moonshine down in North Carolina?
Yeah, but it's like all things here, there's some things you just don't, you keep quiet. What did you say? Yeah, we talk about it.
There you go. Bathtub gym.
And I've never, and I'm talking about on drink.
Right.
But it's no big deal.
That's fine. Yeah, that's how I am too.
Yeah. So, and, well, I don't have any big skeleton. I don't drink, I don't smoke.
Oh, okay.
Especially anything illegal.
Do you like Adamant?
Actually,
He's not. But he had that song, "Don't Drink, Don't Smoke."
Oh.
You remember that? You don't remember?
Yeah, which is pretty funny.
I remember
I actually got to meet
I
him
mean, that
once.
is tobacco country down there. That's pretty good.
Actually, the ads like that, I remember the most are those rockers against drugs and stuff. Gene Simmons had an awesome one.
Yeah.
I still have the video. I still watch that.
Oh, you know what? You
He-
just rang a bell for me because I have a friend who's a photographer. Maybe you'd like to meet him. He shot Kiss a lot of times.
That
He's
would
got
be-
a
that-
lot. Len DeLessio is his name. He's Alice Cooper, Kiss. They just wrote him up. He's got a new article in some magazine
Yeah,
that just
that
came
would get my
out.
attention.
Oh,
That
maybe
connection.
you'd like to meet him. He's a
Yeah.
great guy. He
Yeah.
plays guitar with me sometimes too. He's a musician. He's an amazing photographer.
Oh, what's his name?
Len DeLessio.
Len
Awesome guy.
DeLessio.
Yeah. I'll make you guys
That
some
would-
friends
yeah,
on.
that-
So again, where do they go to see your photography?
My website.
Thank you,
they can
Johnny
go
Young.
They can go to www, this is one word, it will be reflectionsnyc.smugmug.com.
.smugmug.
Yeah, it's basically.
Gotcha.
Smug mug.
Yeah.
I like it. Like you got a
And,
smug mug, right?
Right.
Is that what you mean?
No, that's the name of the.
Is that a
website.
photography site?
No, well, it's mine, but Smug Mug is a
Mine.
website.
I love your accent, you know, I really do. I like it.
I love it.
I like it a lot. It's charming and it's, but I just wonder, like North Carolina just, it sounds south, but it doesn't sound that south, but it is.
I've been living here 5 years.
No, not you, oh please. It didn't do it then.
When you go back there, they'll say, you have a New York accent.
No. I once went to a fiddler's convention in Union Grove, North Carolina, and I'll tell you, I'll
Is that
never
right?
forget
Is that in
it.
the mountains?
Yeah.
Okay, I have relatives that live in Asheville.
It was
Oh, okay.
crazy.
Yeah,
It
we've
was
been
right
there.
outside of Winston-Salem.
Okay.
And they cleared out a farm. Like they said they took all the cows away for this like convent. It was just the craziest time I've ever experienced, and I will always cherish it forever. Union Grove. Anytime I hear North Carolina, I mean, I've been to North Carolina after, but it's never like that. That was one hell of a time.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something like that is really cool.
It is. It's really cool. Oh, I just heard a cow go. moo.
Oh,
It's the bathroom door.
That was the ghosts from North Carolina. Right? Yeah.
in the room.
You heard it, right?
Except for its
Yeah.
colorful door.
My username for
Reflection.
for Twitter,
Yeah.
for Facebook,
Yeah.
and for YouTube, because a lot of my videos, including yours,
Okay.
pictured on YouTube, is all the same user, is Reflections NYC. So you can-
Reflections NYC. That's all you need, and you find Jeff Smith.
Yeah,
Now, are you related to John Smith?
no.
You're not.
No.
So you never met Pocahontas or anything?
Actually, Smith is an adopted name, that's not my real last name.
Ah, do you know your real
Ah,
last
that's
name?
his skeleton.
Yeah, there you go. Here, it is also, do you want some little Cheerios? Because today is the first day that round cereal was invented. Did you know that?
Oh.
I bet you knew that, right?
Not till now.
Exactly. We like to give people a lot of information on our
And the
show.
first Father's Day.
The first Father's Day ever was on this day.
Oh,
Yeah. Did that change your life?
irrevocably.
Yeah, of course. There's so many interesting things that happen on every day, like National Dry Martini Day. Who would have known, right?
Well, martinis, I'm not a drinker, but even I know that martinis are not dry. They're all.
See, that's what I think.
Yeah,
They're
that's-
liquid. Exactly.
That's-
I mean, if they were ice cubes, maybe you could get away with it and they'd be like dry ice. But
You
I
can't
don't
have
even
ice
understand
cream.
dry ice, do you? What is dry ice?
Dry ice is so cold. It's will burn your hand if you touch it.
Yeah,
That's how cold it is. It's below.
And now they make ice cream like that, like in little fairs or something,
Oh, that
out of
burns
dry
your-
ice.
Burns your face off.
I saw it at the Jersey Shore.
the phrase dry ice, the dry martini is similar to the phrase sugar-free ice cream.